SimD'sReviews. I'm back and we got another video. And today's video is going to be about, you guessed it, Dragon Ball Super episode 61, because it's in the books. And before I even start, let me say this. This episode was by far one of the best episodes that has ever come out of Dragon Ball Super. By far. Bar none. It is one of the best episodes that's ever come out. Now, I really loved the episode with Vegeta fought Frieza. Loved it. And I loved a lot of the episodes in the tournament. But this episode, man, Black and Zamasu, they are no joke. Like, them two, they're one, but they are probably the most evil villains that Dragon Ball has ever shelled out. Period. Like, and you know they're so evil because evil people are the type of people, and not even just people but beings, are the type of people that really truly believe in what they're doing. Like, Zamasu is the type of person, he's like Ra's al Ghul on Batman. He is bad, and he believes in his cause because he thinks his cause will bring forth good. That's how Zamasu and Black are. They are straight up evil. Like, they are bad, and they might be the best villains that Dragon Ball has ever come up with, period. But anyway, this episode, man, like, I watched the episode three times raw, and I think I watched it 2 or 3 times subbed. My God, this episode was straight up fire. Anyway, let me get into it. So we start off where we left off in the last episode. Black is explaining to Goku that his body is Goku, that he is Goku, but the mind is Zamasu, right? So he explains that to him. He explains that what happened was he went back in time, and when Goku, Beerus, and Whis, and when they originally went to Universe 10, and he fought Zamasu, that Zamasu that he fought is Black. So it's very weird, and the timelines, things are weird, but I'll explain it. So Goku fought Zamasu originally on Universe 10, right? That Zamasu that Goku fought is Black, right? So what happened was that Zamasu killed Gowasu, took the earring, and he became a Kai, right? So he became a Kai. He then goes to the whatever vault, whatever. He takes the time ring, and that time ring allows him to go to any timeline he would like to go to, right? So he explains that to Goku. And then Goku says to him, but I saw you die. Beerus killed you. I saw him kill you. And then we find out that the time ring protects him from anything that's happened to him in the past. How? No one knows. I don't know. But Beerus was wrong, because Beerus originally said when a god kills a god, they're wiped out completely, altogether, from all timelines. Nope, that's not true. Beerus was wrong. So the time ring protects him. And I guess the best way I can explain is this. If you watch The Flash, right? I know this channel was originally for DC content, so this is actually good. If you watch The Flash, spoiler alert, the last episode of Flash from last season, when he fought Zoom, we found out that he went back in time, and Barry went back in time, and he got help from another Barry from another timeline. When they were running around that big giant loop thing to create the portal, that Barry from the past died because he was willing to sacrifice his life to save the present and the future timelines. It's weird, but that's kind of exactly what happened here. So the Zamasu from the past died. But because Zamasu from the past had the time ring, he was protected from Beerus, who killed him in the past. It's iffy. I know it doesn't make sense, but it kind of does if you really go into it. Furthermore, if we go back to Flash, remember Zoom, Jay Garrick, Zoom killed the other Jay Garrick because the other Jay Garrick was willing to sacrifice himself for Zoom's intentions on Earth 1 of the Flash universe. Again, it's weird, I know, but if you read up into it, like time travel and stuff like that, you'll probably get a better grasp of it. Anyway, let's get past that. So, Black explains to Goku all of that stuff. They then begin to fight a little bit. They are straight up whooping Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks, dogging them. Vegeta goes in, Black's dodging, boom, dropped him. Trunks goes in, Black dodges, boom, dropped him. Goku goes in, Black dodges, boom, knocks Goku into a building. So, Trunks goes to look on to see if Goku's okay. Goku's fine. And then, obviously, like always, they monologue more and more and more. They start to monologue about how Earthlings are this and Earthlings are that, and humans are this and Negans are that, and blah, 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 blah. And we're going to kill them all, and this, that, and the third, right? So then they power up, and they, like, do, like, a simultaneous, like, giant, like, ki blast. And then it combines, and it looks like a death ball. Like, you know, Frieza's most powerful move. It looks like that. So then they shoot it at them. They turn Super Saiyan Blue. I like this part. Vegeta asks Trunks if he's okay. That's what a father does, right? So anyway, Trunks is like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm good. So they start explaining more and more stuff about how when he went back, he asked the Super Dragon to, you know, change bodies with Goku, and then he went back to the past before. It's so weird. Black went back to the past before his past self killed Gowasu. This time he went as Black, and he killed Gowasu, and before Zamasu could get to Gowasu to bring him tea. It's so weird, I know, but it's, again, bear with me. So Black went back to the past before he killed Gowasu as Black, before Zamasu was able to give Gowasu tea. Black killed Gowasu, and then Black explains to Zamasu, hey, now you want to be a Kaoshin, now you can be a Kaoshin. He gives Zamasu the earring, right? He gives Zamasu the earring, and then he's like, Zamasu's like, who are you? He's like, I'm you, and I'm here to, I'm here for justice. I'm here to, bring justice to this world. So Zamasu obliges, they shake hands, they hug. It was a weird moment. I think they could have done without it, but it happened, whatever. So they go back to the timeline, the future, and they're fighting again. They can't do anything against Black and Zamasu. They can't do nothing against them, right? So they beat Trunks, they beat Vegeta, they beat Goku. They knock Goku into like this wall, right? And then this part was crazy. So and then Zamasu flies up to Goku and he puts his hand on the wall and he says to Goku, do you want to know what we did to your family? And then Goku's like, wait, what? What do you mean my family? He's like, do you want to know what we did to your family? So then Black comes down and then Zamasu looks back like, should you tell him or should I tell him? Yo, this part is crazy. So anyway, Black comes flying up with his little sword thing, stabs Goku, right? And then they explain to Goku all the steps that were taken to get his body and what they did to his family. So, they do a flashback. It shows Goku, the first episode of Dragon Ball Super, Goku doing the farm work, right? He's doing the farm work. And then it pans to a different scene where Zamasu has asked for the dragon, the super dragon, right? So he asks, switch bodies with me and Goku, right? The dragon obliges. So we see Goku doing farm work again, And then Goku turns into Zamasu, right? Goku turns into Zamasu, and Zamasu turns into Goku, right? So Goten is watching Goku do farm work, and Goten's like, "Father, what the hell's going on?" So Goten goes and gets Chi-Chi. He goes and gets Chi-Chi, brings Chi-Chi, and Chi-Chi's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Goku." She's like, "No, you're not my husband." And he's like, "Yeah, I am. It's me. I don't know what happened." Black then shows up. Black explains, "Yes, it is you, only in heart, but in body, I am you in body, and in mind, I'm Zamasu." He then kills Goku. No ifs, no ands, no buts. Kills him, right? So Goten and Chi-Chi are in shock, like, "Whoa, you just killed Goku!" Like, so then it goes back to the future, and they're explaining, and then he says, "I killed you in front of your wife and child," and Goku's just like, and what about Chi-Chi and Goten? And then he's like, "I killed them next." Like, then it goes back to the flashback, and it shows him with the sword power up and fly at Chi-Chi and Goten, and he's just like this, and then it shows in black and white, it fades to black and white, and it shows Chi-Chi screaming. They kill, yo, Black killed Chi-Chi and Goten, yo. Like, when I say these dudes is no joke, these dudes is no joke. They straight up murdered them. Black already killed Boma. He killed Chi-Chi. He killed Goten. Like, this dude is no joke. But anyway, so Goku's like, "You killed my wife and my son?" Like, Goku powers up. He's already Super Saiyan Blue, but he powers up as Super Saiyan Blue. Then he breaks the little sword, and he's like, "I'll never forgive you. I'm pissed. Like, I'll never forgive you." He powers up. He flies up, starts fighting Black. Boom, 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 boom. Knocks Black into a building. And then he starts fighting Zamasu, and he says, "I don't care about your immortal body." He starts shooting Ki Blast at Zamasu, right? So shooting Ki Blast at Zamasu, and then he's go back to fighting Black, fighting Black, fighting Black. He's whooping both of them. He's dogging them both, right? So he's dogging them, and then he knocks Black into a building, and then he instance transmission. He flies to the ground. Zamasu's body goes like this, boom, knocks him into a wall. So he flies over to Black, and he's just staring at him. And he screams, and he's about to punch him. Black catches his hand, and Black looks up and smiles. Black shoots him with a Ki Blast through his chest. He goes back, and then he's like, "You fool, like, you fool. Every time you damage this body, I get even stronger." So then Black comes out with his sword, and then Black does some move where he's just like, and then like 100 different sword strikes just fly through Goku's body, and he's like this, like a Heisman pose, straight raw Heisman pose, right? And it explodes in Goku's body. Goku falls on the ground. Goku's outfit count. He's done. He's done. So they go back to Vegeta and Trunks because they're now talking to Vegeta and Trunks again. This part, they explain to Trunks, the reason why all this happened is your fault. And we find out that it's this whole situation is Trunks' fault. Because, and it goes all the way back, forget Super, it goes all the way back to Z. If Trunks had never went back in time and saved Goku from the viral heart disease, none of this would have happened. None of it would have happened. This is why they say, don't mess with time. Because if you mess with time, it's going to be a butterfly effect. And it's going to change things that you don't want to mess with. If he had never went back to save Goku in the Android saga and the Cell saga, none of this would have happened. Because Goku would have died. And that means if Goku died, that means he would have never fought Zamasu. If he never fought Zamasu, Zamasu would have never been mad about how a human could be as strong or even more powerful than a god, and so on and so forth. They explained to him, it's all your fault. You're a sinner. You abuse time, and you use time, and you're not supposed to do that. Only gods can use time. They explained all this to him. Vegeta's sitting back like, Trunks, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Trunks is upset because Trunks realizes, yo, maybe it is my fault. All I wanted to do was help people. But he shouldn't have. he shouldn't have helped anybody. Like, because if he didn't, none of this would have happened. So they just going into him, laying into him like, this is all your fault. This is why this happened. So now we're going to eradicate the earth. We're going to destroy all humans. We're going to kill everybody with our zero mortals plan. So they're like, zero mortal plan. Trunks powers up. He turns Super Saiyan. He goes at him. He starts getting whooped. He starts getting beat up. Black grabs him by the throat. Vegeta goes after him. Zamasu knocks Vegeta out the way. Vegeta lands. Vegeta's just like, there's nothing he can do. So, Black then shoots a ki blast through Trunks' side, right? Shoots a ki blast through Trunks' side and drops Trunks to the ground. So then they go over, they pan over to Vegeta. Vegeta is talking to Zamasu, and Zamasu's talking about how we're going to make this world a better world. It's a beautiful world, and we're going to make it better by eradicating all humans or whatnot. And Vegeta's like, you want to kill all humans, you killed the gods, because we also find out, which is, was crazy, we also find out that through all this stuff, after Zamasu asked for immortality, A, they destroyed the Super Dragon Balls. B, Black can go back and forth as much as he wants to use the Super Dragon Balls, even though they destroyed him. He can go back and forth as much as he wants to use them. And C, Black killed all the Kaioshins. He went and killed all the Kaioshins. So he basically calls himself the supreme ruler of the galaxy, or the supreme ruler of the universe, because he killed all the Kais. Man. Anyway, just like I said, Vegeta's like, you kill all Earthlings, you kill the gods. How do you explain that this is a good thing? So they explain, because like I said, we're going to make a better world out of everything after we eradicate all Earth. So they then pan to Trunks. They pan to Trunks, and Trunks is angry. Trunks punches the ground. The whole ground shakes. The earth shakes, right? Mai, Bulma, and Yajirobe all running to Trunks to see if he's okay. Trunks says, you guys call me a sinner. I don't care anymore. He explodes with power. Now, I'm going to call this Super Saiyan Demi, because we know Vegeta's a god, Goku's a god. Trunks is half Saiyan, half human. So what is a god with a human child? A human child whose parent is a god is a demigod. So I'm going to call this Super Saiyan Demi, because that's what it is. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. No one knows what it is yet. But Trunks powers up. His pupils are gone. His pupils are gone. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's only 4 times where we've seen people with no pupils. Broly, no pupils. But Broly's no pupils originally, if I remember correctly, it was originally based off of Trunks. Super Trunks. I could be wrong, but let me know if I am. I believe that the original concept for Broly was based off of Super Trunks. But anyway, when Vegeta fought Beerus in Super, he had no pupils. Kabe did not have any pupils when he fought Vegeta and he first turned Super Saiyan. And then now, no pupils for Trunks. Man, Trunks exploded. So we see he's Super Saiyan, right? And then within his Super Saiyan aura, there's a blue aura. So I'm going to only assume that when he trained with his father, who is a god, he got some of that ki. And from that ki, he's a demigod now. That's what I'm assuming. He's a demigod. So he explodes, and then he walks up and he's like, Black, I'm going to kill you myself. And that's how the episode ends. Oh, that episode was straight flames. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. That episode, or at least a 9.8 out of 10 for me. I don't know. I don't remember what I gave the original Vegeta versus Frieza episode. But man, oh man, oh man. This episode was straight fire. I cannot wait till next week. Now, some spoilers have come out about the Mufuba technique, which is basically banishing a demon into like another realm, which is what happened to King Piccolo. I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't know. You guys already know, I don't like the fact that they're going to make it Goku's technique especially considering that Tien already knows that technique. They could use Tien. Why are they using Goku? Don't know. But anyway, we also know that Trunks is critically injured in a fight, and clearly something's gonna happen with Vegeta because Vegeta has a whole episode titled after him, Vegeta's Fierce Battle. So I'm assuming that when Trunks get injured, Vegeta's gonna go crazy, just like Trunks went crazy in this episode. But there's a couple things we know. They're going to fuse, whatever you want to call it. Zamasu and Black. They're going to fuse or merge into one being, and call themselves the superior, supreme god, or whatever. I don't know how they're going to beat that unless, again, they use fusion, or Beerus gets involved, Whis gets involved, Zeno gets involved. Someone who's way more powerful than them gets involved. Outside of that, I don't know how they're going to be a merged Black in Zamasu. I don't know how they're going to do that. But that's it, pretty much. Again, this episode was straight flames. Watch this episode. Watch this episode. This episode was straight up dope. But I guess that's about it. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know how you guys feel about this episode. I'm still excited about it. Like, I'm gonna go upstairs in my house and I'm gonna watch it again. But again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Let me know what y'all think is gonna happen next week. And I guess that's pretty much it. So I'm SimD'sReviews, and I'll holla at y'all later.